Story NXT fans, tonight's topics on the Wrestle Story include
Mia Yim at the top of her game,
a #1 contender for the NXT UK Championship chosen.
All that and more on tonight's Wrestle Story. Stay tuned!
Welcome back to the Wrestle Story, where we discuss all things wrestling, the legends of the past, the superstars of the present, and the trailblazers of the future. We stream every Monday after Raw, every Tuesday after SmackDown, every Wednesday after NXT, and we do a stream after every pay-per-view. We also have special streams with prediction shows, or like this Friday when we do Super Showdown. Sorry, James, I had to finish my intro, so how's it going?
Hi, James. I was going to do that a lot sooner. I was going to be like...
I know, you were going to interrupt me.
No, because I thought you were going to be done talking, and then you weren't. You kept talking, and so I went.
My bad.
Gotta get the intro out of the way. So, today, it is NXT UK Day. It's Wednesday, and...
Kind of what we expected.
Not the best NXT show of life, at least for regular NXT.
Well, I thought,
UK was better.
Again, I thought it was kind of what we expected with, considering they just came off of the NXT TakeOver.
And this is what always happens.
Yeah. So this way
every time after pay-per-view.
Wasn't a shock. I don't understand why they don't put together a better show, even.
It just sucks. It's like the worst NXT shows of the year are the ones that are after TakeOver.
Yeah.
It's just facts. Otherwise, they're really good.
Seems like they take a break.
I don't know, man.
Some odd reason.
Well, so, we actually opened the show with the match. And it was Keith Lee versus Kona Reeves. Good match. A lot of back and forth. Natalya and Alexa headed to Saudi. That's what I saw. I was like, what?
What are they going to do?
Does this make any sense? Are they actually wrestling, or are they just going to stand backstage? Because if they're just standing backstage, it makes no sense to me as to why they would even be going in the first place.
Yeah, I don't know.
You get what I'm saying?
I don't understand why they're going in the first place.
It doesn't make any sense. If they're not going to be wrestling, then why are they going?
Yeah. I don't understand it. I don't know why they're going.
I did read somewhere that, possibly it was being talked about, back before Nia Jax got hurt. It was being talked about that it was going to be Natalya versus Nia Jax at the Saudi show. But then Jax got injured, and they weren't going to go through with it because, she was hurt.
Yeah.
So are they, trying to replace that, what they were going to do before with Natalya and Alexa, and then have them
I just think
wrestle?
It's weird that they're going to have them go over and wrestle. I mean, considering, some of the issues that they have over there. But we'll see what happens.
It'll probably be one of those things where it just, springs up out of nowhere, and everybody's going to be like, what?
Yeah. So
that, would be interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I just thought it was weird, especially if they're not wrestling. Why go?
Yeah, definitely.
Makes no sense. So, Keith Lee versus Kona Reeves. This was an excellent match. A lot of back and forth. Great to see Keith Lee back in action. Love him. He's one of my favorites.
Yes, definitely one of the best right now in NXT.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a contender for one of the titles.
Yeah, well, the key is going to be him on the mic.
Yeah, I've heard him on the mic once.
Yeah.
Maybe twice.
How will
and
he
he's
do
been
on the mic
good.
Consistently?
It's just a matter of consistency.
I mean, that's the big thing with him.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, other than that, I think it was good seeing him back in action.
I love how the crowd's behind him. The crowd is really behind him.
Definitely.
Bask in his glory. Because he is
I would like to see him go back to having him wrestle, in some sort of a feud with Dijakovic.
Yes, please.
Because I thought that's where they were headed before his injury, and then
I would love that. And then they kind of turned Dijakovic towards Dream, but then we haven't seen Dijakovic since, and they went with Tyler Breeze instead.
Well, and I wonder if he's hurt or something like that.
Possibly. You've heard of Keith Lee. Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Yeah, the couple of times we've seen him, we've liked what he's done in the ring. It's just a matter of him staying healthy. And
yeah. I don't quite know what the injury was before he got. I don't know what the injury was.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing anything about it. Just that he was injured and wasn't able to compete.
Yeah. So, Keith Lee ends up getting the win over Kona Reeves. Again, excellent match. Then we get a recap of Shayna versus Io. You know, obviously the rundown of the show, and that we had a lot of that during the evening, and this happened to be the first one. Shayna versus Io. This is my least favorite match on the NXT TakeOver card, in my opinion, just because Shayna won, and she's still the champ, and I feel like we just need to change that. You got to fix something up because it is getting kind of boring and kind of stale, and if she's gonna win every single time going into it, you know, it's kind of, you should expect that now.
Yeah. I mean,
so hopefully we go in a different direction. But they showed a little interview thingy after with Io, and she was like, "I'm not done with Shayna. This is far from over." And then she stormed off. So, is Io going heel?
How's she gonna go heel if she's after Shayna?
Like being like ruthless. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
People are considering that to be heel behavior.
Okay. I suppose, yeah, if you're going to go that way.
Because she's like...
I enjoyed that match only at the end.
Yeah, after the match was, you know, over.
Yeah.
when she attacked Shayna with a kendo stick and then did a moonsault using the chair. I mean... Export! What's up? I have a question for you. I have a question. I'll answer your question first. Shayna versus Io in a no DQ match next. That's what I would think. That's where I think they could be headed. Just due to the fact that we had...
next week we have Io and Candice versus Shafir and Duke.
Yeah.
So it'd actually be... Oh, I get what he's saying.
Yeah.
The next time they meet.
The next time they fight for the championship.
Yeah.
Duh.
Why are you flicking my face?
Because...
Did I have a bug?
Duh! No!
Oh, I was confused. You know, because it's like, I don't know.
You're just... Steel cage. Steel cage would be awesome. I'd be okay with it. It'd be really cool. Just say they're going to have some sort of gimmick match.
Yeah, they're going to do something that's
They're going to do
totally
something next. Whether it's
from a
Extreme
regular
Rules,
match.
whether it's no DQ, whether it's a steel cage. Something that's going to involve weapons, and Shayna is going to be left laying. I hope this is where they take the championship off of her.
Yeah.
I hope. Because it needs to happen.
Yes.
It has to.
I agree.
It's
well, I
just
think it's gonna
boring.
It's gonna eventually happen. It's just a matter of when.
And when they do it, Shayna's moving up to the main roster. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that.
Which could be a bad mistake because when you move to the main roster, you don't.
Main roster is where you go to die.
Yeah.
As a superstar.
Yeah, pretty much.
But no, she 100%, once she loses that title, she's going to the main roster. Not a doubt in my mind. I don't see why they'd keep her in NXT any longer.
No, I don't think. There's no reason to. I mean.
Having some difficulties there.
No.
No.
That was
Okay.
good.
Love to see Becky versus Shayna. That's what I've been talking about. I've been saying that I think that's a match we're headed towards soon.
Well, the only issue I have with it is you have 9,000 other wrestlers on the main roster that you don't even use.
Yeah.
And not that Shayna doesn't deserve it, but, you know, I think there's probably a couple of wrestlers on the main roster that could deserve it too, and they just don't use them.
Yeah, I think there's a couple that they could use before her, but
I think Shayna's going to be used to...
They better not screw Becky or I am done.
Right.
No, I
think Shayna's probably going to be used kind of like what
Ronda
Rousey was. That's just a guess.
Don't put the belt on her right away. Because I feel like they're going to try and shove her down our throats.
They might.
Because that's what they seem to do with people like that.
Yeah.
So, Export. My question for you. So there was another stupid match for Super Showdown announced today. And I need your prediction for it. We have the Revival versus the Usos. I need your pick to put into our prediction calculator. Because I just do. Otherwise, you know, it's kind of not a fair fight if I only have half the predictions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because then, you know, you don't get totaled up correctly.
Yeah.
And then, you know, when Super Showdown comes, you can't cheat and be like, oh, I picked this guy and it's the guy that actually won. And I didn't get your pick beforehand.
Yep.
Then I won't believe you. I guess Usos. Okay, good pick. That seems to be who everybody thus far, well, except for Colin, because, he doesn't seem to think that he is gonna, he doesn't want to win, so he just doesn't pick the logical choice. The Usos. Yep, I got yours. You said Usos too, James.
Got yours, James.
Yeah, I messaged him on Twitter.
Yeah.
I tweeted him. I was like, yo, I need
I saw
to pick. Cool.
Yeah,
cool.
So then we have a recap of the tag team ladder match.
Awesome match at TakeOver.
Definitely.
It was one of my favorites.
Yeah, it was a pretty good match.
You're still salty about it because it was a stupid fatal 4-way and you don't like that.
I don't like that way for the titles. No.
Mm-hmm. No,
It's a good match, but
it was a really great match. And Street Profits winning the belts. Man, that's... yeah. Happy for the Street Profits, man, because they deserve it.
Yes.
They 100% deserve it. They are going to make excellent tag team champions. Hope they don't take the belts off them right away.
Well, it depends on what they're going to do with them.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I mean, if they were to move them up to the main roster, then I could see them not having it very long. Of course, again,
main roster is where superstars
going to the main roster doesn't mean anything. He may not be on TV for months.
Talk to EC3 about that, people.
Talk to the War Raiders, Viking Experience, or whatever, Viking Raiders, or whatever their names are.
War Raiders Experience Machine. Street Profits rule. King of Swag.
Definitely.
Yep. King of Swag. I've had their song on repeat for weeks at this point.
Yep.
It's so catchy. It's like, I bring the swag. I bring the swag like nobody can. It's really catchy. It just is. There's no way around it. So then, we have a Damian Priest video. He is being repackaged and brought back to NXT. He was another character. I don't even know what the character was. But now he's going to be Damian Priest, and he's going to be on NXT.
See, when you move on from NXT, you find your way back to NXT.
He was in NXT, but then he disappeared for a while, and then he's coming back as a different character. So he didn't even leave NXT.
Well, but obviously he went somewhere.
No. He was just gone.
That's what I'm saying. He went somewhere.
Oh. I mean, yeah.
So.
I think we're confusing people.
We might be.
I'm confused.
So, you leave NXT and then you come back to NXT.
Yeah, I mean,
which is probably good for your career because you're actually wrestling and people see you.
EC3 should, leave NXT and go to the main roster and come back to NXT because it'd be best for him.
Yeah, definitely.
Lacey Evans left NXT to go to the main roster. Well, she should go back down to NXT. She's got to work on some stuff some more,
Yeah.
I don't even know of anybody else. I know lots of other people who could go back. Cedric Alexander wasn't even in NXT, but he should go to NXT because, boy oh boy, he'd be better off there than he was on 205 Live or the main roster.
He's probably excited about being at the main roster.
Oh, he's excited about being on main event.
Yeah.
He's like, he's deemed himself the main event champion because that's the only thing he's on.
Yeah.
It's hilarious because it's true. He's not even on the main roster aside from chasing the stupid 24/7 championship.
Yeah. Well, again,
what a career.
That's what a lot of them are doing.
Yeah.
So then we have Mia Yim versus Bianca Belair.
This is another really good match. This is the third time we've seen them wrestle, I think.
I think that's right.
They also wrestled at TakeOver on the pre-show, but not on the pre-show because they didn't show it, but the crowd was watching them and you could see it behind them while they were talking about stuff.
Yeah.
And people were like, why didn't you just show us that? It was another... You could have had an hour-long pre-show.
Well, I don't...
Because that's what you generally
here's the thing.
have.
I don't understand. Again...
And you could put a match on your pre-show instead of having it for 30 minutes and then having a match going on while you're talking about stuff. You have that noise in the background. Why not just have the match first and show us that and then do your talking about the actual matches on the actual show? Well,
the question is, why even have the match, this match... If you're planning on using this match at on NXT, why are we I would tell you, Becky, not Baylor.
She looked like it too.
Hey, Becky's the man. She should be able to handle Shayna.
She should.
So, so yeah, I don't understand why they show these matches or have these matches 900 times.
Well, because people were kind of wondering if they were filming for NXT maybe, and then they were gonna show that match on a later date. And I was kind of like, I don't know, why'd they have the match in the first place?
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. A lot of the stuff that that just doesn't make sense. So I don't know why they're doing it.
I don't either. So Mia Yim ends up getting the win, and after the match, she was bawling her eyes out. And it's like, dude, is this career changing for you? Are you getting a title opportunity? What is happening? You've beaten Bianca Belair twice now, and you're bawling your eyes out.
Yes.
Good for you, but why are you bawling your eyes out?
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure that out. But cool. She beat Bianca Belair again. Bianca Belair needs to stop with the undefeated thing. Because she's no longer undefeated. She's been beaten 5 times by numerous people.
She should get called up. The only issue with getting called up is she may never be used.
Yeah. That's the issue with everybody.
Right now, I think probably NXT is probably the best place for her since she has a shot at, being out there.
Yeah.
And actually wrestling.
Yeah.
But I think that Bianca Belair, they've kind of taken off the face of the map. I mean, they were giving her a title push, and now she's back to losing a lot.
Well, she had never lost.
Hey, no problem, James. If I was typing it, I'd mess it up, so it's okay.
Well, the thing is, though, because she hadn't lost to anybody until she lost to Shayna. And then since losing to Shayna,
she
lost
everything.
to Shayna again. Yeah. And then she has lost to Mia Yim twice.
Yeah. So I don't know, I don't know what she did to kind of get it back into bad. The fact that she's losing all the time. I mean, who knows?
I guess Mia is next in line for a title shot. But I was hoping Candice LeRae, but I'm fine with it. Yeah, I think Candice also should be getting a title shot. I think who's next is going to be Io. Io's going to be next.
So, is it next? Does that mean 3 next from now, or is it the next one?
Io is going to be next.
I got you.
She's going to have another match with Shayna, and I think she's ultimately going to be the one to take the title off of Shayna. Then I think after that, it could be Mia.
Yeah.
And that would make sense to me. And then after that, I think Candice should be next. Because I think she also deserves. She was supposed to be moved up to the main roster when Johnny Gargano, Ciampa, Black, and Ricochet went up, but she wasn't. She was supposed to come up the week after, but then they held back, and they didn't bring her up.
Well, again,
for whatever reason, they didn't give us a reason as to why.
Why would you want to go up? I mean, at least right now, in NXT, you're getting a chance to wrestle and be put out there.
Yeah.
But if you move up to the main roster, there's a good chance you're not going to be used, and who knows when you'll be used.
Yeah, I mean,
they only focus on 10 wrestlers.
I think everybody ultimately wants to get called up because then they're it's validation to be oh yes, I'm good enough to make it on WWE weekly programming. But then, are you actually going to be on weekly programming, or are you not? You're going to chase
around R-Truth for the 24/7 title.
I mean...
Yes, I got called up to chase around R-Truth for the 24/7 title.
I could have chased him around NXT. Hold up. Quick question here. What R-Truth is supposed to be, defending his title everywhere. Haven't seen him on NXT yet. I kind of have a problem with that.
I wouldn't be shocked if you don't see him on NXT. Or have someone from NXT take a shot at winning the title.
I mean, I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked if I didn't.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, they're it's for everybody on every brand. But we've seen people from 205 Live, people from SmackDown, people from Raw.
Yeah.
Where's NXT, people? You included it in the lineup. It's like an Eric Bugenhagen title. Sorry, he has a new name. But I'm not calling him by that because I disagree with the new name. So, Eric Bugenhagen. It's that kind of a title.
Yeah.
So why isn't he holding it? I have a question for you both. Who's heel? Who's face? That's a difficult question.
I think whoever the crowd cheers on would be your face, and whoever they don't is your heel.
Well, okay, we're gonna take Adam Cole versus Johnny Gargano as an example here, okay? Johnny Gargano is being advertised as the face, right? Right. Adam Cole is being advertised as the heel. Well, the crowd cheers for Adam, so does that make him the face? The crowd also cheers for Johnny. Does that make him a face? Is there really faces and heels?
No. You can be both of them. I mean, that's what I'd say.
See, I'm gonna totally reference somebody who's totally not even in the WWE. You have MJF, who's in AEW, okay? He's supposed to be a heel. Everybody's supposed to hate him. But everybody, loves him. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's like a heel. They, love-hate him.
Yeah.
It's very confusing. Because he's being marketed as a heel. But everybody
likes him.
Loves him.
Yeah. Definitely.
They think he's such a good heel. Because I am still confused. So it's same goes for Adam Cole. He's being marketed as the heel.
Yeah.
But he gets cheered. I'm a huge Adam Cole fan. I'm not booing him. He's one of my favorites in NXT.
I don't know that there's really a face and a heel. If you do a good job of doing what you're doing, you could be both.
Okay, now let's take a look at the main roster here.
If you're kind of on that fence where you are, as far as wanting to be loved by the fans or being hated by the fans, and you can go out there and you can pull off both depending on who you're going against, I think that you could be considered both.
Let's take a look at the main roster real quick. And two people who do a great job of going back and forth between being face and heel. Okay, so we're going to look at Becky. Becky has instances where they're putting her over as the face. Sorry, my hands are in the way. She's being put over as the face. Everybody cheers for her. If you do something that would be considered heel behavior, she still gets cheered anyways. So it really doesn't matter what you do with her, whether she's a heel or face. She's going to get cheered by the crowd anyways because they're behind her.
Yeah.
Then you have somebody like Alexa Bliss, who's great at going back and forth between face and heel. Well, Monday we saw her as a face, and she was using face behavior. But then come Tuesday, she was being a heel because she's going against Bayley, who's the biggest face on the planet of the earth.
Yeah.
So it's there really isn't, they go back and forth so much, it's not even...
Yeah, I would say
considered face.
I would say in today's wrestling, there's probably not
personality split disorder.
A heel and a face. that's what I would say.
Becky is anti-hero. Yeah,
Sort of.
Kind of.
I don't know. She's probably more anti-establishment than anti-hero.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I don't know if you've seen The Punisher.
I have not.
But The Punisher is basically seen as a hero because he goes out and kills bad guys. But he's doing something wrong.
Yeah.
So he's a hero, but he's not really a hero. So I can see Becky being, that kind of thing. Where she's against the establishment.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She does whatever she needs to do to roll some heads.
Yeah, if that makes sense, what I said there, it's...
Knock some heads, off some shoulders.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are Becky terms.
Then we have, what are we up to?
Kushida versus Drew Gulak in a submission match for next week.
Yes.
Exciting. They had a match last week and Kushida won. And so now they're doing a submission match next week. Awesome.
And we also have Undisputed Era versus Lorcan and Burch next week.
Yep.
And then we had the recap of the Cole versus Gargano match. So really, tonight's NXT. And then we had like 10 minutes of commercials.
The show ended 10 minutes early.
Yeah. It really wasn't a great show.
No, not really.
Which disappoints me because,
generally NXT is the home run.
Well, it is, but we've found that after NXT TakeOver, there's generally kind of a letdown with what they do, which doesn't make a lot of sense because you have enough wrestlers there. Is NXT after TakeOver all after?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do we think of the manhandle slam? I think it's pretty cool.
I think it's cool. I know some people are like complaining about it because it's like the rock bottom, but it's like not the rock bottom. So
okay,
suck it up, people.
The thing is,
she was doing something that was similar to. She's done stunners before, like Stone Cold.
Every hold is like gonna be copied anyway, so it's just a matter of which
okay. It's no different than Charlotte doing the figure 4 leg lock, which was her dad's hold.
Yeah.
Like, so even if it was considered to be like the rock bottom.
Yeah.
It's not like everybody. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Just suck it up, people.
Export. We knew that it'd be kind of a letdown. It's just.
Yeah, it's always. It's like, these are some of the worst takeovers during the year because NXT doesn't have not takeovers. These are the worst NXTs.
Yeah.
During the
year.
Ones after takeover, and it's just facts. It always. They always are.
I don't understand why they have to do it that way because you have enough wrestlers.
I think I get it. In the standpoint of not wanting to use the superstars that were just on the pay-per-view to give them a little bit of a break because they just had the big match,
So then you give some wrestlers some face time that haven't been out there.
Yeah, I get that. I understand that.
I mean, there's ways to work around it.
Because when we come back next week, it's gonna be like we're gonna have Adam Cole cutting some promos, talking about how he won the championship and stuff.
If we didn't do our show, I don't know that I'd watch NXT TakeOver the day after, or NXT the day after NXT TakeOver.
Yeah, the week after.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Not the day after.
I don't know if I would
either because
it's really not worth it.
It's really not much to it. You get 1 or 2 matches, and then it's just a recap of whatever they had on there.
Anthony, what's up?
They need to do that on the where after a pay-per-view they have like wrestlers that normally aren't on. Is that what you're saying? I would love to see him do something with wrestlers that aren't on much. Have them used more.
Yeah.
I think they could get rid of a lot of segments that they do, and put in some of the wrestlers you don't ever see.
Yeah.
And get their face out there.
Yeah.
Rather than have them chase around the 24/7 champion. Which, I like the idea of the 24/7 thing. It's comedic, and as long as they keep it that way, we're good. But I just think that they could do more with what they have.
I have no idea why they're trying to have Charlotte beat Rick's title reign before Cena. Like, really? Yeah. I mean, I guess.
Hey, don't worry about it. R-Truth is going to have the 24/7 record, like, with no problem.
I said he's going to be like a 50-time. He's going to beat out everybody and be like a 50-time 24/7 champ. And I'm going to be like, great, you beat Charlotte's record of being the longest reigning champ in anything.
He loses it 5 times a week, then, gets it back.
Fine. It's easy to build it up. He's already a 4-time. In a matter of like 2 weeks, he's a 4-time 24/7 champion, people. So, I mean, it's really not that hard for him to lose it and get it back. That means Charlotte has to hold the title, and I don't love that. I don't like that at all. So, I get it. I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
That's
the only championship R-Truth is getting.
U.S. title for a short time.
He did have the U.S. title for a short time, and I was like, I think I just broke my chair.
What?
I said, I think I just broke my chair.
How'd you break your chair?
I didn't break my chair. The stupid cushion came off. Okay, it's fine. It's fine, people. We're all good. I didn't die.
You had a malfunction in the chair.
No, I slipped forward too much, and the cushion came off. It, detached from the back.
Good job.
I don't know what's happening here. Yeah, he had the U.S. Championship for a short while, and then he lost it to Samoa Joe.
I think so.
And then he tried to get it back. And then we had that, we thought going into WrestleMania it was going to be no. It was Fastlane. And it was R-Truth versus Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio versus Andrade. It's shocking that I can remember this.
Yes.
And we thought that it was going to be R-Truth versus Samoa Joe at WrestleMania, but then they did Rey Mysterio instead, and we all were like, he's not getting the U.S. title back, is he? Truth makes that title something. He really does.
Well, it's
his character.
Yeah.
It's his character. Just the way he does it and the way he's an idiot and a goofball and is like, oh, my 24/7 European TV title.
Yeah.
It's not a European Champion TV title at all, but that's what he calls it, and it makes it hilarious. And everybody's like, you're such an idiot. I want to be friends with you.
Yeah.
You're so cool. You know?
Yep.
So, end the show, recap of Cole and Gargano. Again, another really good match at TakeOver. This, I feel, is going to be in the running for Match of the Year.
Possibly, yes.
Because it was so good.
It was good.
In my opinion, I think it should be going in for Match of the Year.
It was good.
And with the NXT End of the Year Awards, I think it could win.
Yeah, it might.
But, we have a whole, till January.
Another 6 months.
Of next year no, actually it'd be 2020.
Yeah.
I'm a dipstick. We still have time to get more matches that are better than this, but this is running for Match of the Year.
Yes.
In my opinion.
So then we watched NXT UK.
Per usual, as the last several weeks we have. Show started with The Hunt versus Tyson T-Bone and Saxon Huxley. Good match. Good tag team match. The Hunt characters are kind of weird. I feel bad for Ember Moon. Yeah, she's just not being used right now.
Again.
I feel bad for the entire...
There's a lot of them that aren't being used.
All right, gotta go now.
Export.
Bye, Export.
Thanks for stopping by. We'll be reminding you, Friday night we'll have the...
Not Friday night, Friday sometime.
Well, it'll probably
just
be
hit the
Friday
notification bell so you can be notified when we go live, okay?
I'm guessing probably around 6:30. That's my guess. 7 o'clock, somewhere in there.
Okay.
7 Central Time.
Okay.
Just because I figure it's going to be a 4-hour show.
I think you said Idaho in the thing.
Sorry, man.
Our stupid talking map started talking. What the heck?
So I'm guessing that it'll be probably around 6:30, 7 o'clock when we go live.
Yeah, just, notification bells so then you're notified when we go live. It's the easiest way to figure that out.
Yes.
Cool. So we'll see you then.
So the Hunt versus Tyson T-Bone and Saxon Huxley.
Boy, you can't speak.
No.
The Hunt characters are weird, but I feel like they could go in the tag team championship running for NXT UK.
Yes, we did.
We did predictions yesterday.
Do you want to give us your predictions, Anthony?
Yeah, you can give us your predictions, and then we can put them in our prediction counter-upper thing, and then you can be in the running to win.
Well, nothing yet.
Nothing, but, you just have the credit to your name to say, right. I got the predictions right for Super Showdown, because, we had James, he told us his predictions, Export told us their predictions, and Elijah came in last night and told us their predictions, and Colin from Twitter gave me the predictions, so, we just have a whole group of people now. So, just give us your predictions.
Yeah.
And we'll write them down.
We'll go through the show here, and then we'll get your predictions from you. Or
yep.
You can put your predictions in as you want to. I mean, I don't care how we do this.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds
Coffey and Wolfgang end up attacking the Hunt.
It was Mark, because Joe was in the match. I had to figure out who
after
was who.
the match.
Yeah. I'm assuming that's probably going to lead to a rivalry between the two.
Yeah.
Gonna probably like match next week, the week after, between the two teams. It just makes sense for me. Then we get told that I don't know how to pronounce his name, so I didn't even write it down. It's like Ilja, something like that. And Dragunov versus Joseph Connors next week.
Yes.
So we got that going for us.
We have Kaylee Ray versus Kasey Owens. Actually, a good match.
It was
Very good
really
match.
good.
It's an awesome match, really.
Kaylee Ray is really good.
If you've never watched NXT UK, then you know they do have some good matches on here.
Kaylee Ray is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think she should have a shot at the women's championship.
Yes.
In my opinion. Because she is really good.
Well, again, both of them did good. I thought it was an excellent match.
Kaylee Ray was in the Mae Young Classics of the first year, and I think she was in the second year too.
Yeah, I think so.
If I'm not mistaken. And she did an excellent job there. She didn't win, but...
So Kaylee Ray ends up getting the win.
Yep.
Then we have Imperium versus British Strong Style Video.
Yeah, for next week.
For next week.
We're going to see that next week.
A lot of stuff for next week.
Lots of stuff.
Then we have, which is kind of weird since NXT UK really doesn't have a show like TakeOver. They could just do their own show, but they have a lot of like stuff for next week.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Then we have a Jinny interview.
Jinny and Jazzy Gabbert, they got asked about, you know, why they did what they did, why'd they attack. Well, what's her face? Zaya Brookside, that's her name.
Yeah.
Or what's her face, whatever. Why'd they attack her? And Rhea versus Tony, too. That would be an excellent match.
Definitely.
I loved their feud.
It
was really good.
Yeah.
Like, really good.
Yeah.
So they're just kind of talking about, you know, why they did what they did and fighting together and stuff. Then we have James Drake and Jack Gibson promo. They came out and they were told that they have to, defend their titles at some event. I don't even know what event it was. But they have to defend their titles there. And, they were not happy about it.
No.
At all. And so they came out and they told us they were not happy about it.
Yeah.
So, that was that. Then they walked off into the sunset. Then we had the fatal four-way number one contenders match. Boy, this did not go the way I thought it was going to. Because I thought somebody else was going to win. But they didn't. So, really good match. A lot of... I know you generally don't like fatal four-way matches.
No, I hate fatal four-way matches.
So, you know, that's life. But this was a really good match.
Again, it's not that I don't like him. I just don't like when they serve a purpose of, like...
It's not that you just don't like them. I just don't like them.
Well, if it's for, like, you know, determining who's going to be your champion or who's going to have a shot at being the champion, then no, I don't like them.
I don't have a problem with them. I've said I don't have a problem with them many times. Travis Banks versus Joe Coffey versus Dave Mastiff and Jordan Devlin. So I thought Jordan Devlin was going to win because to me that made the most sense, and I feel like he would be a really good champ.
Yeah.
In my opinion. But Travis Banks ends up getting the win, and he is the new number one contender. So the only reason in my mind I can think of why they did this and they didn't give the spot to Jordan Devlin was because they're going to have Jordan Devlin fight him maybe later down the line and have him take the championship off of him?
Yeah, it's possible.
Maybe?
Possible.
I mean, Walter's like a big dude.
Yeah.
Jordan Devlin is pretty small.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it'd be a fun matchup.
David versus Goliath.
It'd be a fun matchup, man.
Yeah.
And I feel like maybe they have the title put on him because I think regardless, he's going to become NXT UK champ at some point in time.
Yeah, definitely.
Not a doubt in my mind.
No.
Because he will. He's that good.
Yeah, I agree.
And so, Jordan Devlin always stands out to me a lot.
Yes.
But Travis Banks is the number one contender. So, super fun there. Super fun. So now, that was both shows. And we can do, you know, a rundown of the matches real quick for Super Showdown so Anthony can give us his predictions. So, it was announced today that we're getting the Usos versus the Revival. We both chose the Usos because, I don't know, it just makes the most sense.
I need to start watching NXT UK because I basically know half the women in NXT where I should be. It's like I said, they have some pretty good wrestling.
They really do.
And some of it's a little bit different than what we normally see, like on NXT.
Yeah.
Or the main roster.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's actually pretty good. What they do, a lot of what they do is pretty good.
What the heck? It did it again.
Yeah. I think there's a ghost in here.
I don't even know, man. But this, that's nothing.
All right, Anthony. So we have the Usos versus the Revival.
Usos versus the Revival. Usos versus the Revival. It's a fun matchup. Oh boy, it'll be fun. It's on the pre-show.
Yes, this is actually on the pre-show.
Usos. All right. So then we have the 50-man battle royal. And
we have no clue who's in it other than
Elias, Carl Anderson, and Luke Gallows, and one other person, I think. I don't remember who the other one is. But I know those three for certain.
Like, I picked EC3.
I picked Matt Riddle because why not?
AJ Styles.
AJ Styles. Yeah, I forgot. He's not on the card. That's shocking.
He hasn't been around for a while.
Well, because he was injured, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, interesting. So then we have Lars versus the Lucha House Party. I think we both said Lucha House Party.
Yes.
Because, I think they're going to destroy Lars. I don't really know.
All right, Lars. Then we have Braun versus Lashley.
Everybody picked Braun.
Yeah, I think everybody picked Braun.
Except Colin. Colin picked Lashley.
Yeah, well, that's because he's a goofball.
Yeah. Everybody knows Lashley's not going to win, okay? It's gonna be Braun. I'm going to hear about this tomorrow on Twitter. He's going to be like, bro, why are you calling me out? I'm going to be like, because I can.
Then we have Andrade versus Demon Finn Balor.
I think everybody said Demon Finn Balor here because he's Demon.
Well, and at first we said it was Andrade. And then we
made the realization that it was Demon Finn Balor. And I was like, as much as I want to see Andrade, in the IC title spot, I just think it makes sense for Demon to win because he's just going to.
Yeah.
It's just going to happen that way.
Yep, that's what we said too.
Demon Finn Balor never loses. Mm-hmm. So then we have Kofi versus Dolph. I said Kofi with a Brock cash-in. You just said Kofi because you already used your cash-in.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. It's a fun match.
Yeah, definitely.
I think Elijah said Dolph via DQ. Of course.
Yes.
Braun, get these hands.
Definitely.
Kofi wins, but no cash-in.
Interesting.
All right,
Okay.
all right. Sounds good. Then we have Seth versus Corbin.
I actually picked Corbin with Brock cashing in on Corbin.
I said Seth with no cash-in because I used my cash-in on Kofi because I think that's what's going to happen. If he was going to cash in on Seth, he would have done it on Monday when Seth was laying there.
Which is why I think that Corbin wins this, and then it gets Brock over with the fans by having him beat Corbin.
I mean, I see what you're saying there, and I wouldn't be shocked if they go that route. I'm still sticking with what I said, and I'm going with Seth. I feel like Seth hasn't even had the championship for that long.
He hasn't, but I think that they're going to give it to Brock anyway. Yeah. I think. And so this way...
I was thinking that they'd put the other championship on him and then he'd move to SmackDown, so then there was another big name over there on SmackDown.
See, they're trying really hard to make Brock likable.
They really are.
And I think that having Corbin beat Seth, everybody's going to be angry.
Everybody's going to be... I will be angry.
And then having Brock come out and cash in would just be the ultimate at gaining Brock over with the fans.
I mean, it really would. In hindsight, it would. Because everybody's going to be so mad that Corbin won that they're going to be like, oh my God, yeah, Corbin's no longer the champ, woohoo!
Yeah.
I don't care who the champ is as long as it's not again.
And if they don't do it that way, they should call me to be a writer because I think it makes sense. And
You know what's really funny? I think Seth Rollins wins.
Yeah, I mean, they might. I just think that they should do something like that. Have Corbin beat Seth. Just because I think it would make it more interesting. And I think that Brock would get over with the fans that really don't like him.
He would. Because nobody likes Corbin. Absolutely nobody.
Riddle will show up Friday.
Then my prediction will be right. Well, as long as he's in the Battle Royal. I want to see the Riddle and Brock face-to-face showdown. Riddle needs to end Brock's career. He needs to retire him. It's just the way it needs to be.
I think it'd be cool if they did that when he's ready to retire. Or
like,
ready to quit.
Do it, WWE.
Yeah.
So
our next match is Shane versus Roman. Yeah, go ahead with what you were saying. I just thought I'd throw that out there so Anthony can think about what he wanted to first pick.
Yeah. So what's really funny about you talking about writers and stuff, I'm pretty sure they put up something where they were like, oh, we're looking for writers and submit your whatever here, which is really funny that you said that.
Yeah. They're
like, we need writers for WWE. Well, no diggity.
Oh, he's going with Shane.
We didn't say Idaho. You stupid thing. Honestly. Being stupid.
We got a map singing.
Talking map.
Yeah, it's a map.
It's
talking
the dumbest
map singing.
toy I've ever seen in my life.
Triple H versus Randy Orton.
I can't believe he went with Shane.
Come on, Anthony. What are you doing?
Everybody went with Roman.
Yeah,
wait,
they did. I think everybody went with Roman.
Did Colin go with Roman? He did. He was a smart.
Yeah, I think everybody.
No. That's not it. Wait a second. Did Colin go with Roman or did he go with Shane? Because if he didn't go with Roman, we're going to have some issues here, again. Because when I wrote these predictions down, it was this morning. Okay, good. He did go with Roman.
See, we talked about that, too.
Drew is going to help Shane win. Okay,
we
so
talked
I'm going to
about
have to
that
write this down, though, on here. So when we refer back to this page, it's, Anthony, shut up. Good grief. What is happening? We don't care about Idaho. See, when I say Idaho, it doesn't work.
I think I fixed it.
When we say anything but Idaho, it turns on.
Yeah, I think I fixed it.
Okay, so you're saying Shane gets the win with Drew's help. Sorry, had to write this down because we can't put that in our, tally upper thingy.
Yeah.
So, I got to put it on the other page. Anyways, next match. Triple H versus Randy Orton. You picked Randy Orton? I picked Triple H.
Yeah, I picked. Yep.
Yeah.
Randy Orton.
You picked Randy Orton. And I picked Triple H.
Undertaker versus Goldberg.
I said Goldberg. You said Taker.
Yes.
Export said DQ finish.
Yes.
James took Goldberg and Elijah took Taker and Colin took Goldberg. So it's kind of 50-50. I mean, I just think that Goldberg's going to win. Like, to say he got a win for the first matchup ever, and to say that he got a win over The Undertaker, like, I don't know.
I could see it. I don't know. I don't think you can have The Undertaker lose. Just my opinion.
Well, they've had him lose to other people. They had him lose to Roman.
Yeah, they did, but They
had him lose to
Undertaker.
I don't even know who.
Good choice. Definitely a good choice, I think.
Definitely a good choice.
So with that will do it for this show.
Yeah.
Again, we'll be back Friday sometime. I'm guessing it's probably going to be about a 4-hour show, roughly.
If not, we'll be on sooner than that.
Yeah, I'm guessing we'll be down around 6:30, 7 o'clock Central Time, just depending how long the show definitely lasts.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll get up within a half hour or so after the show's over.
Yep.
And we will do our recap of
I'll be live tweeting the whole time.
Super Showdown.
During the show. If anybody's watching it, I never bet against Goldberg. If anybody's actually watching the show and you actually watch it, I'll be live tweeting through the whole thing because I'm cool.
Because you do that.
That's what I do with all pay-per-views, even Raw and SmackDown.
You do it all week long. What are you talking about, pay-per-views?
I tweet all the time.
Yes.
That's a lie. But I do live tweet during the shows, so
Yes.
you can always find me on there.
Yep.
And then we'll be on after to talk about our recap. You know, you kind of get my reaction in the moment, and then you get my reaction after the fact.
Yes.
Where I've processed it, and I'm like, well, that was stupid.
Yep.
Generally, that's what I'm saying.
Pretty much.
Other times, I'm like,
That was cool.
that was cool.
Yeah.
It's either that was cool or that was stupid. We should get that on a shirt.
That was cool or that was
That
stupid.
was cool. That was stupid. On the front, it says that was cool. On the back, it says that was stupid. And then we just
Yeah, that'd be cool.
turn around depending on whatever it was. Oh, that's funny. I have terrible ideas.
I thought it was a good idea. I think that'd be a cool shirt.
Ah.
So as you're walking by someone, they go, "Hey, that's cool,"
And then be like,
and then they
no,
turn around and look, and go, "No, that was stupid."
Ah.
All right. With that, we are going to leave. We'll be back again tomorrow. Make sure for anybody that is in here that is not subscribed to us, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell button so you know when we go live. We will be back Friday sometime
After Super
Showdown.
Super exciting.
Make sure you show up. Those of you that made picks, so you know
you guys
exactly
have to
where
be
you
here.
stand.
You have to be.
With that, we are out. Peace out.